my name is Yessica Downey, and I'm here to introduce you to my informative speech. When people hear the word feminism, everyone seems to react to it differently. Some support it, some misunderstand it, and some avoid the topic altogether. But what is interesting is that most people aren't fully aware of what the definition truly means. And since we see this all over TikTok, Instagram, at our schools, and in our everyday conversations, it is helpful to get a clear understanding instead of guessing and hearing someone else's version. I chose this topic today because I kept seeing different definitions online, and honestly, it was getting confusing. So I wanted to get a clearer understanding and do some real research. Today, my main idea is simple. It's about feminism is about gender equality, and understanding the definition, the history, and the types of feminism helps explain what it really is. First, I'll explain the basic definition. Second, I'll talk about how it started and how it changed. Third, I'll go over the main forms of feminism we hear about today. So let's start with the definition. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, feminism is a belief that all genders should have equal rights and opportunities. Most reliable sources make it clear that feminism isn't about one gender being better than the other. It's about fairness. This idea shows up in different areas like work, education, and everyday life. And what's important is that while feminism can look different depending on the country or situation, the basic meaning remains the same. Fairness and equal chances for everyone. Now that the meaning is clear, let's talk about how feminism actually started and how it's changed over time. Feminism didn't just appear out of nowhere. It grew in what many call waves, and each wave had its own specific goals. In her book, Feminism is for Everybody, by Bell Hooks, she explains how these waves shaped the movement. The first wave happened in the late 1800s and 1900s, and it focused mainly on women winning the right to vote. The second wave came around the 1960s to the 1980s and focused on things like equal job opportunities, equal pay, education, and basic rights. Then the third wave, which brought attention to individual experiences, Hooks says this wave recognized that not all women have the same story or face the same struggles. And finally, the fourth wave, which we're in today, uses the internet and social media to talk about gender issues, spread awareness, and build communities. Now that we understand where feminism came from and how it grew, let's break down the different types of feminism that exist today. There isn't just one version of feminism. According to Beasley, there are several kinds, and each looks at gender issues in its own way. Liberal feminism focuses on equal laws and rights. This is the type that pushes for things like equal pay, equal education access, and fair treatment. Radical feminism looks deeper at how systems, traditions, and structures in society affect gender roles. Then there's intersectional feminism, which is especially important today. Beasley explains that this type looks at how gender connects with race, sexuality, class, and other identities. Finally, cultural feminism, which looks at gender differences and how society treats those differences. So now we covered what feminism means and where it came from and the different way people understand it. Overall, feminism is about gender equality, and learning its definition, its history, and its types helps clear up a lot of confusion about what the movement really is. And since the word gets thrown around so much online and in conversation, knowing what it really means can make things way clearer and help us avoid misinformation. Thank you.